everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are back at our F-150 again because I've got another little tip to kind of share with you. Something that, you know, over the years that I have had an issue with. And I just thought I'd share this because, again, it's kind of another solution to a problem that, you know, it's just hard to make a decision on what to purchase in order to solve these problems. So what we've got going on today is actually our lug nuts. So the Ford F-150, at least the 2011 model, I don't know about the new models and all that kind of stuff, but at least the 2011 model like it I have, they use a lug nut with a chrome cap on it. And what happens over time is moisture and stuff gets behind that chrome cap and they actually swell up, and then your lug wrench then will not fit on your lug nuts. So what I've been having going on, you know, I'll take my truck in to get the tires changed or rotated and balanced, and they can't get the sockets and stuff on there, and every single time I've taken it in, probably the last 5 or 6 times, they're like, hey, you really need to change your lug nuts because these caps are getting all messed up and we can't hardly get the sockets and stuff to fit on there. So those really need to be changed. But then, you know, once you leave there, you've got 8,000 or 10,000 miles between your tire rotation, and then you kind of just lose sight of it and lose, you know, kind of out of sight, out of mind. You just don't think about it until the next time when you need to have this service done again. I've finally decided to go ahead and replace my lug nuts, and I searched around a lot because I wanted to find something that did not have these chrome caps. I wanted to have a true chrome plated lug nut so that I didn't have to worry about these caps ever swelling up or having any problems with them anymore. Plus, I wanted to find one that was a good chrome coating because you can buy cheap lug nuts. They'll just end up rusting on you and they look terrible. So I wanted to get something that's supposed to be really good, really durable, that's going to last for the rest of the time that I own the truck. So what I ended up with are these DP brand of lug nuts. And these are, I think they call it like a triple chrome plated or something like that. So they're supposed to be really nice. What I was really researching, I found that a brand called Gorilla was like rated one of the top brands of lug nut for this truck. So what I ended up doing is cross-referencing the number on Amazon, and I actually found this product, but when you open it up, the lug nuts inside are actually the Gorilla brand. So as we take a closer look at these, the size 14 by 20 is stamped on there. Then it actually has the part number stamped on there. And then the Gorilla brand is also stamped into this. So anyways, that's what I ended up going with on these. Everywhere I found reviews on them, they were top notch, they last, the plating stays on, all that kind of stuff. I haven't had these long enough. I've actually put them on one wheel and been driving it around that way for, I don't know, probably a month or so, and haven't seen any signs of rust or any problems with them. But I'm going to go ahead and change the rest of these out and show you how to do this because, you know, a lot of times you think, well, it's no big deal to change a lug nut. But with these lug nuts that are on the truck currently, you can't get a socket on them to fit correctly. So there's a little process. It's not a big deal. But if you go too big on your socket, then that cap will just spin on the lug nut and you can't get them loose. So what you end up having to do is use the correct size and drive it on with a hammer. So I've got a 21 millimeter impact socket that won't go on there at all. But what we're going to have to do is actually drive that on with a hammer. And you can kind of tap around the sides of that socket. Just kind of work your way around it a little bit till it gets far enough on there to get a good bite on the lug nut. We're just going to take our Dewalt impact and then break it loose. Now, to get that out, you can just hit it a few times with a hammer and it comes right out. I'm going to go ahead and do a second one. Same way though, you can see that won't go on there. We're going to drive it on. Comes right off. So as I'm hitting that too, I'm mostly just hitting the lug nut itself so that it'll kind of just jiggle it just enough to kind of make it come loose. And check out the fitment here of the new 21 millimeter. It's got just a little bit of play in it, but not very much. It's not swelled up, and there's no chance of this ever swelling up because it's a solid piece. There's no cap or anything on here. So these lug nuts are supposed to be torqued to 150 foot-pounds, and I've actually got a torque wrench here for my impact that is 150 foot-pounds exactly. So we can't over-tighten our lug nuts. And that's all there is to it. It's a super simple fix, a fix that you won't ever have to worry about your lug nuts having that issue again. So anyways, that's just my solution to the problem. It's what worked for me. I'm not saying this is going to work for everybody, but you know, it definitely works well for me. If you get one that's real stubborn, all you have to do is just snug it back up a little bit on your wheel. And then bring it back again. Because when you go to loosen it, it'll turn that cap a little bit and kind of foul it in there a little bit. So if you tighten it back up, it'll kind of pop that loose. And then you can just turn it back out again. And it should be loose enough to come out. And there we have it. All 6 of them are changed on this wheel. Got 2 more wheels to go, but it's not a big deal. I've spent maybe 10 minutes or so doing this on this one wheel. We just got to do it 12 more times over on the other side of the truck. So I hope this helps someone out. I'll leave links in the description below so you can go check out the products that I actually used here. It's an Amazon affiliate link. I do get a small commission off of it whenever you purchase it from Amazon, but you still pay the same price for it. The funding actually just goes back into the channel so that I can do videos like this, show products that work, whether it be on my truck or things that we use around the property here. So I'm going to jump back in here and get the other side changed out. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.